If you liked it, Hi, it's Erin with Snowberry Design Co. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is really different from normal. Normally you're seeing my paints instead of my face, and there's a reason for that. In 2019, I want to be in videos a little bit more, and I don't want to be in videos all the time. This is actually really scary for me. So I just want to be in videos once every few months, answering questions that you have for me as I get questions. So if you do have a question for me, leave it down in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them in my next video. So I mentioned that things will be a little bit different in 2019. A few months ago, or maybe it was a few weeks ago, I sent out a poll on Instagram and on YouTube, and thank you for those of you who responded. A lot of you still want to see the watercolor floral videos, and that is awesome because that's what I love to do. A lot of you also want to see watercolor techniques, so I'm excited to tell you that once a month I will be doing a technique video. I'm really excited about this. I'll just be featuring one new technique every month to help you learn how to paint watercolor flowers. I'm also going to be incorporating name request videos. So I'm bringing back the calligraphy in just a little way, and if you want me to write your name, just make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know so that I can have it for my next name request video. Okay, now we're getting into the Q&A portion of this video. A lot of people have asked random questions about the channel, about me, how I got started, so we're gonna jump into that right now. My favorite food is Italian pizza. About 6-7 years ago, I went on a study abroad to Italy and I had my first real Italian pizza, and there's nothing like it. I love Italian pizza. A good margarita with balsamic glaze, that is my favorite. How did I learn to draw and paint? Okay, that is a loaded question. I have always loved art. I've always been curious about it. Ever since I was like 2 or 3, I think I have always just been drawing and painting and asking for art supplies for Christmas and taking extra art classes and everything like that. So I've always had an interest in it, and I even majored in it in college. I never graduated, but I only took the art classes, and then once I had to start taking general classes, I was like, not gonna do that anymore. So I just love art, always have. So it was about 5 years ago this winter that I broke out my watercolor paints. It was really cold, and I just decided to paint some flowers because I was a florist at the time and I was really inspired by flowers. So once I started painting them, I realized that I really loved painting flowers, and I have not looked back since. I've been painting them almost every day since then, 5 years ago, and I've learned a lot, which is why I kind of started this channel in the first place. I didn't have any resources like this when I was getting started, so I really wanted to have a place where other people who are learning could go and kind of get that process or see how other people work so that they could learn. Okay, some tips for beginners. Honestly, just start. I know that sounds like really intimidating, but honestly, the best thing you can do is just jump in and just practice and play with your paints. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to just get it wrong. It's not going to be perfect at first, and that's totally fine. There are still some things that I paint that I'm not happy with, and I just use that as a jumping off point for my next painting. So like I said, I got started because I've always had an interest in art, and one day I just decided to paint flowers because that's what I was inspired by at the time. So my advice to you is just to do that. Find something that inspires you, jump in and just start painting or drawing or creating in some way that you are interested in. And just keep going. Okay, how do I film my videos? This is my desk right here in this lovely closet area. I've got this little built-in shelf in this closet. It's actually in my son's nursery. And There's a shelf up above here that I have a tripod with my camera set up, and it's held up by books. We're really fancy around here, but that's really all there is to it. I have this screen here so I can kind of see if I'm focused, or as I'm painting I can kind of get a feel for where things are in frame. But other than that, it's really not a fancy setup at all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And please leave a comment down below with any questions you may have, and I will answer them in my next video. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!